Hi guys, I'm Dan Hoff, the Chief Operating Officer of Honeystick, and today we got a special episode lined up to where I'm going to be reading and addressing your reviews. As the COO of Honeystick, I take the hands-on approach, so you guys will see me here on YouTube interacting with you guys in the comments, jumping in on different customer service issues, and interacting with you guys regularly. I want to make sure that our end users are getting the best experience. So we're going to read some of these reviews. We're going to address some of the issues that people have had or are having and make sure that we can find good resolution for it so we can become better. Now, before I jump in, we are getting some traction on our YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video if it's your kind of content. And to this video, if you have any comments or feedback that you want addressed, drop that into the comments section and we'll circle back around and get another video and address those later on. So let's dive right in to what you guys are thinking about Honeystick. So guys, diving right in, let's start off with the comments. And now this is not a boast tour, so we're not going to be reading just a bunch of positive comments. Honestly, we wanted to pick more comments where we can address and improve them to make your service experience better. So let's jump right in. First off, we have Kevin wrote, I haven't received it and I purchased it over 2 weeks ago. And actually right below that, very similarly, Samantha E says, still has not arrived. So to address these right now, USPS is really backed up. Ever since starting from the elections to Black Friday, leading into the holidays and New Year and all the different sales, their systems have been so overwhelmed that we are seeing delays across the board outside of our control. Now, generally, we like to ship orders out within 1 business day of you submitting the order, and sometimes we'll even be able to crank them out same day. However, once we hand it off to USPS, we kind of are at their mercy. However, we did not want to just lay dormant. We have recently, in the last week, added the UPS alternative. So if you are really looking for a time-sensitive delivery, let's say this is for medicinal use, I would say for the next few days, don't utilize the USPS option until the traffic volumes for them slows down and they're a little bit more consistent. Go ahead and upgrade to the UPS, which has been running consistently and we have not really received any complaints on. The USPS continues to be backlogged. I mean, I ordered all of my holiday presents probably around December 15th, and I just got some of them last week, which is basically a few days into January through USPS. So it's affecting all businesses at this time. So just keep that in mind. And if there is something to where the package has been stuck for a real extended amount of time, do shoot us over an email, send us your tracking number, send us your order number, and really within 24 hours to 48 at the most, our team will get back to you and try to resolve it. And if the package does get lost, okay, and it is proven, we will file a claim on your behalf and go ahead and reship you your order so that you can then have your vape, and then we'll deal with trying to figure out the loss prevention on the other one. So that should pretty much cover that subject matter, guys. And again, when in doubt, call or email us. All right, our next comment is coming in from Dontm. Just showed up in an envelope without any real protection and no instructions. Wouldn't charge until I used a good charging block. Didn't work at all until I charged it. And now what Dom ordered was a Honeystick Twist 510 vape pen. And from the picture, I can see that we definitely sent him the wrong item because it is a very adorable dog. So definitely love the dog pics, love animals. For the 510 Twist, if we sent that to you without a box, then there's definitely something wrong. Leads me to think the package was tampered with. All of our 510 thread batteries come in a box that contains a small plastic insert that holds the battery and also holds the respective USB charger for the battery. And the instructions are on the back of the box. So if you got something other than that, and that's the SKU that you ordered, then for sure you should send us a picture and contact us to make sure that we investigate and get you out the right thing, because that battery might have had issues. It might have been tampered with along the way. Hopefully the mail guys didn't try it, pass it around, and then throw it back into the box and forget to include the instructions in the boxes with them. But you know, what can we do but try to help you out and replace it? So we're definitely sorry that you got that. Luckily, if you need instructions, the YouTube channel here, Vape Honeystick, will have instructional videos and unboxings for a vast majority of our SKUs, and you can actually find that twist battery instructional video. They'll give you the ins and outs and the functionality until we get you out that replacement one in case if yours was tampered. All right, now the next comment comes in from Gypsy R. The one I originally ordered, like the pics here, did not work. I charged it as instructed. I clicked the button 5 times quick as instructed. It does not work. No draw when I plug it in, lights blink, yet I'm not able to draw off of it. It does not work. I contacted your company, a few emails back and forth, was told a new one was being sent out. I just now received it. It's not even the same. It's an auto draw conceal kit. It does not go with what I have. I have a THC Delta 8, runs a 510 thread, and I'm able to open it, transfer my oils. So now you sent me this thing that does not fit anything. Is there any way I can just send these things back, get my money back so I can buy something else? The one that was sent does not fit the 510 thread count that I have. Please, I just want my money back. Now, Gypsy R, there's a couple things that you put into this this comment that I want to address. First of all, the team definitely does apologize. It seems like you got a defective original ELF stick battery. You know, it's rare, but this is electronics. It does happen. Our company-wide defect rate is about 1%, sometimes less than. And unfortunately, you got a bad apple. So I see that our team did go and try to replace that for you, but instead of sending you an ELF stick, they sent you an ELF Auto Draw Concealer. You said it would not work with 510 thread. That one would work with 510 thread, even though we messed up, but you have to unscrew the magnet adapter on the ELF stick. So we have our ELF cartridge, and it comes with a little magnet adapter like this, if we can zoom in. So if you simply unscrew that and then transfer that to, as you said, to your Delta 8 cartridge, then that will actually work within the ELF Auto Draw Conceal battery. However, even though that would have been an option to get the unit working and vaping, it is not an excuse. Our team made a simple shipping error, which does happen. And if you were to email us that we had that you had not only gotten a bad unit at first, but the team also sent you the wrong thing, I mean, we would feel super bad about it and probably just be like, you know, it's time to give you a free upgrade and get you something that that you like, because that's definitely a delay on your vaping that we do not want to cause you. So definitely do apologize for that. So I hope that the team either took care of it or issued you out a refund as you wanted. Very sorry about that. Definitely need to improve there. The next comment is coming in from Wayne K. Let's see what it says. The first glass chamber is already broken. No drops, just pulled out of my pocket, and there was a chunk missing. Nearly cut myself, not impressed at all. This was from the hybrid wax and dab tank. That definitely hurts my heart, Wayne, to hear that you got a brand new vape and it came broken like that. With our hybrid tank, there's 2 reservoirs. There's a glass one and a plastic one. The glass one is kind of a stay-at-home, and I will say that, you know, out of the glass ones, if it receives impact, it does have the susceptibility to crack or do something like that. However, it does happen. So to get you vaping right away, I would switch it over to that plastic chamber, and then you won't have to worry about any of that. And I hope that you did shoot us also an email so we could send you out a new replacement glass or plastic by your choice reservoir, so that you can have that in your arsenal to use with your tank. And definitely hope that that worked out for you. All right, guys, next up we got Brandon F. The 2 pens I got were cracked and not packaged well. One of the pens came out of the tube they were supposed to be in. I asked for a full refund. Brandon, definitely sorry that you got a pen that was mangled. Once that thing gets into transit, sometimes the guys at USPS, They like to do a rugby or football ritual routine on any new packages. I've seen it a lot of times. It's not only for you, and we do understand that this happens. Now, if you had something that wasn't packaged well, you can always email a picture of how it was packaged over to our warehouse, or even my way, so that we can improve the way that our warehouse might be more preventative to make sure things stay safe. But I want everybody out there to know that if a situation like what happened with Brandon happens, to where the item was damaged in shipping, you are not responsible for that. And if you send us the appropriate pictures of how your shipment came, we will make sure that's right and you have in your hands a functioning vaporizer. If that means sending you out a new one, we're usually extremely fast in expediting those. Just email us over at support@Vape Honeystick. Include your order number, include a picture of how your shipment arrived, and any explanation that we can have to either improve how we're packaging it, but most of all, get you a working unit. All right, this next review is coming in from Alexander M. The screen inside broke within 2 weeks of use. Go for something with more power. I don't rate the Phantom Signature vape, but it's different smokes for different folks. Also, the metal end gets really hot. A rubber silicone tip would be good for people who use it every day. And this is the wax cartridge replacement for the Phantom. Alexander, you definitely make a good point about the silicone caps. We actually have some silicone caps on the website, and it is a small metal tank that does have 2 heaters in there, quartz rod heaters, which can get very hot if you're definitely high endurance using them. If you're not just take a couple puffs and put it down and you're running it through the ringer, it can get a little bit hot. So what I would recommend is instead of buying for the Phantom Signature, this Phantom tank replacement, that I would upgrade the tank to our silencer, which is a longer, more metallic. It's made out of a softer metal. It doesn't get as hot. It honestly also has a little bit bigger of a bowl, and it has a faster heat up time. So if you're running a Phantom wax adapter, I really like the silencer paired with the Signature. It pairs very, very well. Now let's address the other point, is that a screen broke in 2 weeks. Now that is definitely something that should not have happened. So Alexander, I hope that you did email our company that this screen broke within 2 weeks and not just on the review, because we would drop either a new screen or a new tank into the mail for you to make sure that that gets replaced. If it's a spare part or the whole device that is malfunctioning, within 2 week period, we're going to make sure that you get a little bit more than that out of your vapes. Each item does come with a 90-day warranty, unless if it's coil replaceable, because coils do burn out from time to time. But the screen part is a part of the tank and not a part of the coil. So the screen part, if there was a malfunction there, we would replace that for you. If you would have burnt out one of the coils because you're running it too hot, or you just ran it through normal use for a month or two and it's time to replace it, that would not fall under the warranty. But this part, structural integrity part of the tank, under the warranty, so you should be covered. I hope you reached out. If you didn't reach out, we'll take care of it. All right, the next review is coming in from Patrick R. I think I got a bad one. So disappointed with this update. I love the original Elf. Look at my positive review of it. It was my favorite battery until mine died. Then I saw this update with the one upgrade I hoped for, VV. But mine has a much worse connection than my original Elf. I could dose accurately with my original Elf, but this one is so inconsistent it's not funny. I hate to rate it so low, but it's the worst battery I've ever used. Ouch. That's why I think I got a dud. The other night after I put it down on a flat, stable surface, it was flashing back and forth between red and green. The ground wasn't moving either. It seems like the new connector for me is worse than the old one instead of better. I'll be glad to update this review once I try a working version of this. All right, Patrick, hear you loud and clear. Elf hit the spot, the Elf twist did not. However, based on your review, it seems like there is something wrong with that Elf twist. And if you go ahead and email that to us, this would be a replacement case. When we've done our internal testing between the Elf and the Elf twist, we generally got a little bit better performance out of the Elf Twist simply because you can dial in the intensity of the unit. Now, with these auto draw concealers like the Elf and the Elf Twist, there's one thing that can make them, sometimes and act up a little bit, similar to the symptoms that you're having, even though I'm not 100% sure this is this. But what I would say is to try this before contacting us, and I've given this advice out to a lot of our viewers, is sometimes the elves will have, this is a beekeeper, but they'll have a little, where you drop the cartridge in, they'll have a little bottom sensor. Now, when you drop the cartridge in, there's a bottom sensor. This is a push button, but the Elf is an auto draw. So that little sensor, it's meant to let air go through there to detect and signal when the battery should turn on and really control some of the power output and functionality of the unit. So sometimes these cartridges, they'll leak a little bit, over time, or you'll just develop some residues on there that will make it act up. So what I say is you just take a standard Q-tip and dip it in some pure isopropyl alcohol, anything, 62% or above, and go in there and swab and clean the bottom of that sensor and the inside of the chamber, and then let it dry out, let it sit for a little bit, and then give it a try. And about half the times, it'll solve the problems. And that is really kind of the cleaning and maintenance that I suggest with the auto draw concealer Elf units to make sure that they're running at their peak anyways. So that's something you should incorporate into your routine. But from your comment, it does sound like you might have gotten a defective unit, and I would probably err on the side of caution if you emailed that over to us and we get you out a replacement and hope it gets it taken care of. Or if you're like, you know what, the Elf Twist is just not for me, I like the original, just swap you out for an original, maybe throw you a couple extra magnets to make up for the cost difference. Thank you for that review, Patrick, and I hope that your issue got resolved. The next review coming in is from Kayla. It fits my beekeeper, but the vape barely is visible to hit. So I'm checking out the picture posted with this review, and I do agree that that cartridge isn't sticking out very far out of the beekeeper. So the Beekeeper 2.0, for everybody who is who's on the market for it that currently has one, it does have a relatively nice sized chamber. So it does a pretty good job of fitting most of the 0.5 gram as well as the 1 gram cartridges. However, what's been pretty popular lately is a lot of people making these very small kind of nubby or kind of flat top cartridges that have a very kind of short mouthpiece. And yeah, I definitely see Kayla's point that the mouthpiece from the picture doesn't seem to be sticking out very far. So, the one thing that we can do that I can definitely throw over to the factory is to see if we can make a magnet that is more elevated. 2 sizes of magnets for people who really like the short carts since they're becoming more popular, versus people who roll with the standard size 0.5 gram or 1 grams that have, let's say a decent sized mouthpiece that's, about 3/4 of an inch over to an inch. So what we can do there is we can definitely look into that. Luckily, it seems like you still have a little bit of exit and it's not completely flush. So when we do come out with that magnet, we will make sure to get it on the website, Kayla. Definitely sorry it's not like that. But I see that you gave us a 4 star, so I'm assuming that the vape is still functioning well and doing its job. So thank you for that great advice. All right, guys, I think that we did a really good job there of covering quite a few of the points where we could either use some improvement or offer you guys some advice on how we would and wouldn't deal with a certain situation that you might incur with your business interactions with Honeystick of buying your vapes. So now, since I think we did a pretty good job of pointing out some of possibly flaws or weaknesses or where we might have been able to do things better or offer a better experience, let's read a couple reviews that show us where Honeystick shines and talk about those and how it could affect your business with us. So let's boast a little. Coming in from Robert, 5 stars. Robert, I'm already liking the number of stars. Thank you for that. Great product, great service. Had to call in to verify that it was me that made the purchase on my card. which kind of sketched me out at first, but overall great experience. Robert, or a Phantom Signature 2-in-1, definitely a high-end luxury item. So Robert, glad you got it. Glad that the company, we took care of you guys pretty well. But we do random fraud samplings on higher ticket purchases. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of people do tend to steal people's credit card information, and credit card processors, definitely put a lot of the vape companies and online high ticket companies on alert that whenever you get transactions where the billing address or the shipping address might not match up, or there's things like that, it's better to be safe than sorry and call those people and make sure that they are actually the ones who made the purchase. That is not even necessarily for our protection. It's also for your protection, because we've had cases where we've called somebody, they had no clue that they ordered the item, and they called us back later to thank us that they were able to shut off their credit card account, that somebody had stolen their information, identity. So we just kind of do this for your protection. Sometimes it's random. Sometimes it's if you order over a certain dollar amount, that we just want to call and make sure that you place the order. And we're not trying to delay anything or make your life difficult. It's for your protection. So thanks for that, Robert. Now let's jump into a 5-star review from Tate. This is an amazing device, full flavor, live rosin at your fingertips, wicked easy to use, and being able to adjust your temperature that you like rather than having a factory setting. Pissa. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm not that good with the with those, but hope I did a little justice there, Tate. I've watched the guys on the job site using a mod for nicotine, and I was always wondering when someone would come out with a sub-ohm for my use. Live rosin. Once I found Honeystick website and saw this beauty, it was over. The only negative, which I can think all manufacturers who have any sort of tank, is the splashover. I wish someone could figure out how to contain the rosin in the quartz atomizer. You definitely spend time cleaning and losing product. I needed to contact the company about my order, and customer service is top notch. And what Tate ordered was an extreme wax concentrate vaporizer. Now, Tate definitely loved that we were able to provide a product that could deliver some nice hits for you, and what was missing in the market. Now, I don't know if you know, but Honeystick was kind of founded on the principles that nicotine vaporizers 5 or 6 years ago were so far ahead in terms of flavor, features, and power than the cannabis vapes, which were just a simple stylus-looking auto-draw battery, which had just a little kind of standard wicked cartridge that didn't really do for high-end concentrates the justice that sometimes these concentrates deserve. So why would you spend $40 on concentrates and throw it into a $1 or $2 tank? So we wanted to make some higher-end things to make the vaping experience a little bit better. So we're glad that we were able to deliver on that for you, and that really leads into our company mission and why we even got started as a company. So I'm so happy that that mission resonates with our end users. You did, however, mention that you get some splashback. Now I want to address that. With the splashback, sometimes you can avoid that by turning down the temperature of the wattage. Sometimes it's the heat up is very, very rapid, and the concentrates don't go from a solid to a vapor instantly, and you have it kind of in that transition state where it's kind of liquidy and you draw up a hot bubble. So also, we just launched our Extreme 2.0 wax tank, which I think does a better job of kind of preventing the splatter, has a little bit more distance between the mouthpiece and the coils. And what you mentioned about cleaning and losing products, we integrated in a dual stage coil that has a bottom ceramic plate to heat from the bottom up. So it's definitely going to reduce splatter, reduce any wastage, still provide that extreme level power that you love. So Tate, recommend that you check out that tank. Thanks for that review. Now on to Cameron S. 5-star review. Love it, Cameron. First and foremost, when this beauty finally arrived, I took it apart to see how it functioned. I unscrewed the top metal part above the glass. The glass got away and dropped approximately 5 feet onto the concrete floor. Bounced like 6 times. After 30 minutes of searching every inch, I found it unshattered. Wow. I'm usually not that lucky when I drop the glass parts of our stuff, but that's pretty incredible. I was speechless by the quality and durability. Secondly, the ceramic chamber is huge. You can easily fit the whole gram or more. I don't recommend this as it might be a waste. Amazing. Like I said, I'm not good with these things. Oh, wait. I need to be hooked on phonics, guys. This is amazing spaced out. Oh, man. I need to get back to the reading board, guys. I'm sorry. Too much time on the computer. LOLs and BRBs, I'm just not getting them, huh? Easily the last wax atomizer concentrates tank you'll ever buy or need. Hands down the best. Magnetic top, splash catch, which is easily cleanable. Quartz glass or indestructible glass, huge chamber, etc. That's etc. The extreme wax atomizer is what was ordered. And yeah, honestly, I agree with all those points. That's really... I would copy and paste this and add this to the description on our website. You know, Cameron did such a good job of highlighting really the features that we try to incorporate into this tank that truly make it a special wax and dab tank and one of our best sellers. So Cameron, I mean, thank you for that. And I should have my sales and marketing guys also read your mail and revise some of these descriptions and put a little more emphasis on spelling out amazing. And definitely thank you for supporting the product. We just did launch the Extreme 2.0 that I mentioned that's also good. That offers a little bit less wastage because you said it does burn through concentrates. But, you know, if you don't intend on, you know, burning a little bit of gasoline, then I usually don't recommend you buy a Ferrari because they offer world-class performance, but they also drink a little bit of gas too. But, I mean, fun nonetheless. So thank you guys for these reviews, whether good or bad. I encourage everybody to review and give us our feedback. That is the only way that we can become better. And we do like to hear your good thoughts because honestly, it does make us feel good about ourselves to hear it, that you guys had a good vape experience. It justifies why we show up every day and do what we do and try to deliver a good vaping experience and customer experience for you. So please, positive or negative, drop your comments, your reviews. Your reviews go to the website, www.vapehoneystick.com. Feel free to drop your comments below in this video. And make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Instagram at Vape Honeystick and official Vape Honeystick. Also, like us on Facebook. We like to send out special promos there. Join our mailing list for special secret codes. And when you are reviewing our products and when you're posting pictures to us and sending us feedback, make sure that when you are picking up our products that you're doing it responsibly. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the other side.